Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings III and our roleplay series as the Dokeianos dynasty. Alright, so as I said in the previous episode, we are very likely going to be changing up the schedule for this series. I'm going to base it off of like how well the last video did, which I haven't put out yet, so obviously I'm recording these two back to back. But what I'm going to say is that if the views are where I expect them to be, I expect them to be very, very low. Probably just a couple hundred people still watching, maybe 500. People might still be watching at this point, but typically the views drop a lot. The views of the series had already dropped before the break. It has not been a very popular series, unfortunately. I was I've been very disappointed with that. That last series we did up here as William the Conqueror was a very, very popular series for the channel. Not up as one of the most viewed ones or anything like that. It's definitely not up there that level, but it did pretty well. It did very well. And I was kind of hoping this one would do somewhat similar. I know it's not on launch day anymore, so I didn't expect that to do quite as well, but I thought it'd be somewhere around the same numbers, and it has not been. It's been, unfortunately, not a very popular series. So it had already dropped in views quite a bit, and I don't know if it's because we started as a count or what the deal is, why it was so low, or why people weren't enjoying the series. But a lot of people didn't even click on it, so they didn't even watch the first episode. And then, as the series has gone, the views have continued to drop. So it was already kind of doing not all that good anyways. And then for me to take a week break, typically views drop dramatically after that. So I do expect that we're probably going to be moving to the every other day schedule that we often do with our secondary series, usually the older series, once I start up this Hoi 4 series on either Tuesday or Wednesday. If I don't have a Hoi 4 video on Tuesday, because again, I don't know when I'm going to start that series. It's either going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. If I start that on Tuesday, then we will not have an episode of this series on Tuesday. I am expecting that we're going to move to the every other day format. Now, typically I do videos on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on that format, so we go from 6 videos a week to 3 videos a week. However, I think we might try something different with this one and do Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday as the 3 days. And the reason for that is Saturday videos are often difficult to record on Friday because I usually work Friday night, so recording 2 videos for Saturday typically is challenging. So I often record the video on Thursday. I record 2 videos on Thursday. One, whatever the typical series is for the Friday video, and then one for the every other day series that would be coming out on Saturday. So I'm sitting on a video for a day that I could be releasing because I recorded on Thursday. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing if we go to every other day format, which I do expect that we will, is that it'd be the Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Now, if I don't put a Hoi 4 video out on Tuesday, if I don't record that until Tuesday for Wednesday, which isn't the plan, I'm planning to record it on Monday. But if I don't start the Hoi 4 series on Tuesday, then we will have an episode of this on Tuesday, and then we'd also have one on Wednesday. So again, it kind of depends on if we start that Hearts of Iron 4 series on Tuesday or not. So a little bit, again, I'm just kind of up in the air on what we're doing right now, because I did want to see exactly how this series does, how many people come back to it before we make any final decisions. But I did want to put that out there, that there might not be a video for the series on Tuesday if we start the Hoi 4 series. Then the next video would be Wednesday. So let's go ahead and jump into today's episode. So if you guys recall, we left off needing to do a couple things. First of all, we need to marry off our children, and then we also need to get our council situated. So let's go and arrange a marriage for our daughter first, and she's the eldest one, and I already did find her a marriage. We're not even have to do it through here. So we're going to arrange a marriage for the Duke of Crete. So he has 3 counties. There's the 2 in Crete, and then he also has a county over here. And I don't think his wife doesn't have any lands. He has 2 sons, and his second son is only set to inherit one of, I'm not sure which one, I'm trying to look to see which county he's set to get. This one here. So he's actually got land up here too. I didn't realize that. All right, so he must have a vassal must own one of these, or a vassal owns this one. Okay, so his vassal actually owns this one here. I see. I don't know how many vassals he has. Let's just take a look. Just kind of curious. On yeah, it's just the one count down there. So yeah, his son would be inheriting this title right here. So he'd be way up here if he was to inherit that. But if you remove his eldest son, he just has daughters. And if you look at the titles here for the Duchy of Crete, his second son is set to be next in line to the throne. And that'll be the case as long as his oldest son doesn't have any sons. And she's not pregnant yet. So we could just remove one character, which I don't know how likely our chance of removing him is. It's not extremely high. But yeah, we remove one character. And then we can put our dynasty on the throne here, because not only would they accept a marriage here for this character, but it would be a matrilineal marriage. They are willing to accept that, just barely, but we can get it done. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. It would make sense also to ally with the Duke of Crete. We need more allies, but this is one reason why we're doing it. It's because we need more allies, which in a role play I always feel like you should be marrying for either inheritance or allies. That's typically the reason why marriages were arranged historically. So when we marry for traits, I feel like that's not as good role play wise. So yeah, you do want to try and do marriages for alliances or inheritances, and this one satisfies both of those. So yeah, let's go ahead and send this off. We need more allies. We only have one ally right now, and that's our brother. So yeah, let's go and do this marriage. They will accept that. And now let's go and arrange a marriage for our eldest son and heir. And I already have a marriage for him as well. So the King of Hungary, very young man here, he has 2 children. More than likely, they might not have any more kids in time. I mean, he could end up having kids much later in life with a second wife. You know, she's older, so I don't expect that they're going to be having any more children, guys. I think it's unlikely, or at least for a long time. So it's just the daughter and the son here, both of which are unmarried, though he's a hunchback. He's a strong hunchback, though. Very fit. That's interesting. But the sister here, we could arrange a marriage, and if she was to say inherit the Hungarian throne, which I don't know if she can. I should have checked this. Let me just double check. She can. Okay, so I didn't know if the gender laws had been changed or anything. That might cause some issue. So she is second in line to inherit. You know, her brother's not going to be having any kids anytime soon. He's younger, so we won't have to worry about grandchildren. And thus, if that little baby was removed, which I think we have a pretty good chance of arranging an assassination there, then she would be set to inherit the entire kingdom of Hungary, and because that would be our eldest son, we would inherit the entire kingdom of Hungary. Of course, this would be a secondary kingdom title, so if we wanted to keep that title, then, and this is actually a more powerful title as well, so if we wanted to keep that title, then we would have to become an emperor or not have any sons, because our secondary son, our second son, which we have a second son, would be set to inherit. Well, I guess that would be way down the line. Never mind. I'm over here talking. Obviously, it would be our son, so our grandchildren, that would cause the problem here. So that's far, far down the line. We'll worry about that then. But yeah, let's go and arrange a marriage here, guys, because they're willing to accept it. So we're going to want to do our son and heir. And, of course, they are willing to accept, because she's not the heir. He's a very, very powerful ally, which is what we need here, and we're getting the inheritance. Now, apparently these two are related in some fashion. So there is a risk of their children being inbred. I'm not entirely sure how they're related. Just kind of look through here and see if there's anything that would indicate how they're related, because I'm not entirely sure. Maybe her? Again, I don't really know how they're related. It's pretty distantly. She's Greek, so I assume it's through this grandmother that they're related. But again, I'm not entirely sure where that comes from, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and arrange this marriage and get a very, very powerful ally in Hungary. All right, so those will both be agreed to, and we only have one child left to inherit, and that is our second son, and I don't know what we're gonna do with him just yet. I looked at the possibilities, and I didn't really see any good choices for marriages for him. So one thing we do want to do is change up his guardian. I think, I know this would cause some issues, but oh, is he the guardian for both of our children? Why would we do that? Yeah, our son was really trying to be friendly with this knight here. I'm not entirely sure why. But yeah, this is gonna really piss him off. Yeah, let's go and do that, guys. And now we'll have to find guardians for both of those children. We'll take a look and see if any of other kids need guardians. Now, obviously, we're the guardian for our own son here, as you can see. We just need to get, now we gotta get Anna and our second son. So she is set to do the intrigue, and I suppose that works. She is zealous. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep her on that. Could instead have her do diplomacy, I suppose. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, we'll have her do the intrigue. And thus we just want to find somebody who could train her with that, who would do well at that. So let's just take a look and see who we have that's good at intrigue. We could have her aunt train her. I know she doesn't have a great learning, but yeah, I think that's a fantastic choice. We could also do the patriarch to improve his opinion. Yeah, he's really good at intrigue. Well, he's not great at learning, so... yeah, I think we're going to do the patriarch, actually. I think that'd be the better choice. Try and improve opinion with him. Just make sure, yeah, she's Greek. So let's go and send that proposal off. Get that opinion boost. That'll help, since, remember, we're trying to get his opinion up, so he'll support us. Though, okay, we got to wait for that to tick up. So that marriage has been done. Or excuse me, that guardianship has been arranged. So now let's go and take a look at our second son. Remember, we want somebody who's very good at learning here. So let's educate him. Again, that would not be us. We are not great at learning. So we'll see who's all available here. So we have her. I don't know who she is. I don't know who our court physician is, but she would make a great court physician. Our wife is actually pretty damn good at learning. Okay, so maybe our wife should train him. He would also probably be more likely to get a better education with her doing it as well. So yeah, let's have her do it. Yeah, I think she's a fantastic pick. So we'll have our wife train up her son, our son. And then we'll take a look and see at our last daughter. And she is actually being trained by the woman I was just looking at. She doesn't have an education focus yet. Okay, so we might want to go do that because she's not 6, but you can do it beforehand now, which is nice. We already know that she has the charming trait. Let's go ahead and figure out which one we want her to do. I think we already have an intrigue, don't we? Yeah, we already have an intrigue. So probably don't want her to do that. I think we'll do the diplomacy. And in that case, do we want to leave her doing this? She's not good at diplomacy. But she does have high learning, so that might make up for it. Yeah, I guess we'll keep her doing it. And if she's not the court physician, she should be made the court physician. But we already have one. So let's just take a look at who that is. Here we go. Oh, that is her. Okay, so yeah, fire her as the court physician. Got it. I was just reading that wrong. Yeah, so she's the court physician already. Fantastic. And yeah, we'll have her continue training that child up, I suppose. Our daughter. So I think everything has been dealt with here, and everybody has marriages with the exception of our one son, which maybe we don't even want him to have marriage if we're going to have him go into the, if we were to have him go into the church, which is always an option. So for our chancellors, now we have 4 powerful vassals. As you see with Herb and Spymaster, our sister, that does mean that somebody's not going to get a spot here. Obviously, he should be the marshal. Let's go and appoint him now, because clearly he's the best choice for that, and there's nobody that's going to be better. So let's go and make him the marshal. And good God, he does not like us. Yeah, he is not a big fan of us. Okay. I know that the religion is causing issues. He might accept it. Of course, he will make a demand of us, and that would help improve the opinion, although it would also decrease the opinion. Let's do this. Let's see if he's willing to accept. For the chancellor position, I think our brother should probably do that, because he's very, very good diplomacy. So, and he's also a powerful vassal, so he makes sense, and that's the thing he's best at. So we'll have him be the chancellor. And there was, of course, this knight here that's slightly better, but yeah, he's the second best choice, guys. And then as for the steward, I don't know. Oh, we actually do have a powerful vassal that's good at stewardship too. So it's really just this mayor here, which is not very powerful, that won't have a position. All of our real, actual powerful vassals will have positions on the council. And not only that, they're all good at their job. How surprising. So yeah, this has worked out well for us. So we're continuing increasing development here. We're trying to get it up to 25. It is at 25. So we don't really need to continue doing that. We could now focus on collecting taxes, which is what I think we're going to do, guys. We need money. So we're going to do that, although it doesn't look like it changed it much. But yeah, we're going to have her collect taxes. Now, this does help with the building construction time, I suppose. If we're wanting to construct there, it's going to make it a lot cheaper. And it will make it faster. Maybe we should focus on... Okay, let's get the buildings here done first, guys. I think that makes more sense. And then we can switch her off over to the collect taxes. He's doing foreign affairs. Do we want him to continue doing that? Could instead have him do the domestic affairs to bump up the opinion with some of these characters that don't like us. So that'd be an option. We'll have him continue in that one for right now, but we might change it up. She's doing sports schemes, want to keep her on that. He's organizing levies. Do we want him to do that, or do we want to go ahead and move over to the training of commanders? I don't know how our knights are looking. Probably not great. We'll take a look. Yeah, we have some pretty cruddy knights, so we might want to hire some more here. But yeah, I could go ahead and focus on training. Though, I suppose we are going to be going to war here fairly soon. As soon as we get this this done. So with that in mind, let's train commanders until we go to war. Alright, so that looks good. As far as our wife goes, we'll take a look at her. We haven't seen what we want her to do. She's obviously fantastic at everything because we did go for that intelligent trait here. So let's see what the best option would be. Now currently she's focusing on increasing our learning. Probably not the best thing. If we were to do the sister ruler, it'd be 2, 4, 6, 9, 10. We get 10 points here. You really can't beat that, guys. Yeah, you just can't beat that. So I think we're gonna go with that, guys. Because none of these other... She's really only good at learning. That's her best thing. So yeah, we'll do the assist ruler. I think that makes more sense. And with that, we could even hold another holding as well. So that's awesome. So I think that's it. Yeah, we got everything managed here. Let's go and take a look at this. We can ask our head of faith for some gold, which I think we should. Well, we don't have a lot of piety. We'll go and hold on to that for now, I suppose. So yeah, we're just waiting to get the claim. We have some strong allies now. I have 3 total allies. Of course, one of those is just our vassal, our brother. And yeah, he has refused again. That's unfortunate. I think he refused when our father tried to do that as well. Demetrias is currently under siege by this hostile army. Well, we can't allow that now, can we? All right, so we're going to have to raise up... Yeah, we're going to have to raise up our troops. I suppose we could raise them up right here. And then just quickly destroy him real quick. He'll probably leave. I just want to attack him. I know we're going to get the penalty for gathering, but he has penalty as well, so it's fine. Let's just get him destroyed. And there we go. Alright, excellent. Alright, so did get us a little bit of prestige. Fantastic. Let's go and disband our army now. Just wanted to get him destroyed. And looks like we had somebody arrived who has a claim on a duchy. Could expand that way. But I really want the next war to be against these guys here, although I'm not entirely sure how long it'll take to get that done. Other options that are up on our peripherals of our empire here would be against her. I don't know if we have... Yeah, we don't have any CB on her, so it's not really an option. We're able to improve one of our commanders. Fantastic. While we're sitting around just waiting to get that claim, there's a few things we can do. We can invite knights, and we can also call hunt. I can see our character doing the hunt. He doesn't have any stress, so he doesn't need to, but I think this is something he'd like doing. I think he'd enjoy it. So yeah, let's go ahead and do the hunt. And we don't have any money to invite knights now from doing that hunt. If we get some money, maybe we'll do that. There's a lot of buildings we could be constructing as well. Really, we have a very high need for money right now. Poacher here in the King's Woods. I know it's a despot, but I'm going to call him king. I really don't like using the word despot. I know that, you know, for the ancient Greece and even in the Byzantine Empire, despot was the term that, you know, the emperor would go by at times. And it was more of an honorable title. It wasn't looked at as we look at despots today. The title today, which it meant this back then too. It has always meant somebody who rules with like absolute power, with absolute authority. It meant that back then as well, but again, it wasn't looked at as a negative thing. Now when we think of despot, not only do we think of somebody who rules with absolute power, we think of tyranny, somebody who's tyrannical, which was not how the word was used back then. It was not implied that way. But because of the... You know, the fact that that's what the term means today, just using it seems really odd for me, you know, calling ourselves that. Again, I know that at this time, here in the 12th century, it would still imply the, you know, more ancient meaning for it. So I don't think it was until maybe a couple of hundred years from now when despot started to have the meaning that it does today. You know, quite a long time from where we're at now, but again, I just can't get away from the modern meaning for it. So we're gonna call him king, even though he's called despot here. And I don't know that he wouldn't be called king. I I don't think he'd have the despot title, honestly. Yeah, I think you would have the title king in this particular circumstance. So I don't think they would call him that. So I also would say that it doesn't make sense. So it's not just because of the modern definition of the word. It's also because even for the time, I don't think that that's what would be called, honestly. But correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But yeah, I don't think we'd have that title as the king here in the Byzantine Empire. So especially because the emperor often was given that title. So that wasn't his official title, it wasn't his main title. So there wasn't like the primary one that he went by, but technically that would be one of his many, many, many titles. The emperor had a lot of titles that they could be referred to as. But yeah, just because that's one of them, I would say that just for that alone, you probably wouldn't call a king here that. I mean, I want to say that this is king, isn't it? Basilius? Or Vasilius? I guess that would be with a V, I think. Yeah, I'm not great with Greek, guys. Not great with Greek, but I think B is the V sound. Somebody actually pointed this out to me, and I didn't even know this. I knew about the B is the V sound, but what I didn't know is that the D here should make the TH sound. Yeah, I didn't know that. So we should actually be the Dokeianos dynasty, not the Dokeianos dynasty. But yeah, we're going to continue calling them the Dokeianos because I've already called them that for, what is this, like 17 episodes here. So they'll continue being pronounced that way. But yeah, technically, somebody who's from Greece told me that should have been the Dokeianos. So actually, I think there was other things I messed up with the name as well. But yeah, I think, I just don't think that he would have any of those titles. I don't know what title he would take, because any of them I think would conflict with the emperor. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that would work, what would be called exactly, but I don't think it would be despot. So they huddled together as I ride up with my guards, making a poor job of hiding the dead heart behind them. We did not do this, your mercy. Their blades and bows belie their words. All right, so remember, we're trusting, diligent, and gregarious. I really don't think we'd punish them. In fact, we'd believe what they would say. So we can say they will hang in their village or to pay. We can say, you all seem to be excellent bowmen. We get poacher training, increasing our prowess for 10 years. Or the animal's mine along with the vines for your lives. Yeah, I feel like we can't really punish them. I mean, we're diligent. Oh, I guess you could say that as a diligent person, you don't shy away from doing your duty and hard work. Which you could say this is our duty. But again, we're trusting that they tell them the truth. So because we're trusting them, I would say that we wouldn't think that they would be lying. So we'll just go with this one. And it's actually probably the best option too. So yeah, we'll go with that one. And then it'll increase that prowess and get us up to, 13. Nice. Yeah, we're pretty good. Pretty decent. Returning from the wild. The hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses, so on, so on, so on. And we got 150 prestige. Fantastic. So probably not enough money to hire those knights just yet. Might wait a couple more months and then we'll send it off. Make sure we can get any good ones, because I am not happy with our knight situation. We got a lot of cruddy knights here, guys. Yeah. At least 4 that are way too bad to be knights. Now, we got some good ones as well. These 2 are pretty damn good. But yeah, that's just not enough. So our son, Michael, has come of age. And it looks like he did just as well as we did with our education, which I guess shouldn't be surprising since we are the ones who trained him. So that's unfortunate. We're going to be 2 tough soldiers back to back. Yeah, that's a real bummer. All right, well, at least he'll get the education, get those perks quicker because of his intelligent trait. With the intelligent trait, when you combine these 2, it's essentially as if he had gotten the highest level of education. So that's not too bad, I suppose. And he also gained the trait Reckless. Okay, so that's one of the worst commander traits, in my opinion. It has some utility with the maximum battle roll being up. Obviously, you can do much, much better with that, but that minimum battle roll is also reduced, so you can do much worse as well. While most of the other commander traits just have positives. So, again, while the maximum battle roll is great, it has a negative associated with it where, the other commander traits are mostly just positives. So, again, not a big fan of the Reckless one. So overall, really, really cruddy with the education. Quite unfortunate. Not happy about that. Is what it is, though. All right, so, yeah, kind of bad news with that. All right, so yeah, we're just waiting for this claim here. Although we could be assassinating one of those characters. We could be working on that, trying to assassinate somebody. So getting rid of his older brother would probably be the best way to do this, since he is very likely to have more kids. Though it looks like his wife is homosexual, so maybe not. They did have 2 kids together, though, so. So yeah, let's attempt to murder this guy. Not high chance of success, guys. Not a high chance. Now, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that we'll be able to increase that at all. We have some money, so we can see if there's agents to be hired. We'll take a look, guys. Let's do this first. We do want to also remove him, but he's much younger, so we can work on that a bit later. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this and see if we can't get this increased. So we have her who's willing to join. We also have her. How much money is this going to cost us? 58, that's not too shabby. So let's do that, and that's going to increase it by quite a bit. We'll see. Yeah, we don't even need to hire anybody else. All right, fantastic. 82%, that's good enough, guys. That is good enough. And we already have our spy master doing the support schemes. And we were not able to sway him. Damn it. All right, I'm a little surprised by that. 72% chance of success. All right, with this damn dress thing is just constantly breaking on them. Okay, so it looks like our agent found a secret on the Duchess. Now, even with the secret, you're not going to get the Duchess to join your plot to kill her child, so it's not really going to help us. But yeah, it's there. We can take a look and see if, I mean, if there's a small chance. But again, I don't expect that we ever would. But we can try and blackmail her real quick just to see. Just see what our chances are here. Wow, 42 stress because we are trusting. Again, I just don't understand why you gain stress. Yeah, that doesn't make any goddamn sense, guys. I don't understand it at all. Like, why do you gain stress from blackmailing people? I understand the idea that, like, if you're blackmailing somebody because you don't want them to act against you, you know, then in that case, but that is not what we're doing. So again, it only applies, I feel, in very specific circumstances that a trusting character would not want to blackmail somebody. I think it depends on what you're blackmailing them for, and again, it's just kind of odd. It's very odd. So we're not going to let that stop us, guys, on blackmailing just because we're trustful. I mean, you wouldn't be able to do anything and with intrigue if we did. So that did work. I don't know. Again, I don't know that this would have any impact. Probably not. Yeah, it's just not enough. Parents just don't. Yeah, because of the parents, you can't even use the hook. But we have a hook on her if we ever need it for some reason. So court physician, actually become a renowned physician. Fantastic. So she's even higher on the learning. All right, so that's nice. We do have a perk we can get, and of course we're going to get this overseer trait, and she's going to give us those following benefits there. Very, very nice. Very nice. And so now our marshal's at 18. Our stewardship is at 12. Not bad at all. And he won his war against this duke here, which, remember, is betrothed to our daughter. What was it over? It looks like it was on the Duchy of Bulgaria here. So I think, isn't he set to inherit? Yeah, he's set to inherit this. So they clearly have claims on each other here. All right, so the difference, of course, is that he has a brother to inherit. Well, he does not. And so the Duke of Bulgaria would be set to inherit. So yeah, I guess he went to war to try and get control over the entire duchy, which would have been awesome because, you know, he's going to be our ally. But he did fail. He did fail in that. I'm not entirely sure why the emperor helped him in that war. He's not allied to the emperor, so not sure. But anyways, that did happen, so he did lose that. So here's our murder. Is this the attempt? Oh no, this is just the planning here. When the time comes, my agents will need a safe escape route out of the Duke's castle should anything go wrong. And this is, of course, an event we've seen many times with a detailed map of the local hills. So we can pay the hunter to draw a map and cost 50 gold. Of course, does increase the secrecy and the success chance, but 62% chance that he's going to be discreet, while a 37% chance that he will not. That's not good odds. Could explore the hills ourselves. We'd have a 60% chance of success, 30% chance that we're just going to gain stress, 10% chance stress, and become ill. We can't abandon the idea because we're diligent. So we have to do one of these two. Which one would we do? You're trusting, so we'd probably trust that he would do a good job. As diligent, we might be willing to do it ourselves, though, is what I would say. And we'll be able to save the money here. 37% chance that the guy would snitch. That's pretty high. Well, it's a 40% chance here that we're going to just fail and gain stress and stuff. So, yeah, I guess the question is, would our trusting overrule us, or would the diligent? I would say just like a very fit character, diligent. I think we'd probably do it ourselves. So let's go with that. And it worked. Excellent. All right, so now we're sitting at a 92% chance of success of murdering this character, which is fantastic. As long as he doesn't have any sons before then. So this is a holy war against Crete. This is the Sultan here. Ooh, he is powerful. So I'm guessing he's trying to get that title right there. Maybe not. Just look at this real quick here. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Is he declaring war? Is this his fucking war? Are you kidding me? Sometimes, man. Yeah, I think that this is his war. Yeah, this is an attacker. I didn't even read that. He is declaring war to increase his lands here. Yeah, I really feel like the AI is absolutely broken, guys. They just continue. We've seen this throughout this series. They continue to base their chances of winning a war entirely off of their allies assisting them. Even if they don't know their allies will assist, if it's a player, then they just end up losing it if you decline. But even with your allies' help, I mean, these are not great numbers. I mean, we have like exactly, pretty much almost exactly the amount they have, and that's not even counting any allies he may have. Oh no, he has exactly about 7,000. So I mean, we have almost the exact same numbers here, and he's forcing us into this conflict. It's just really silly. Like, why would you do that? Obviously, we're gonna honor it, but yeah, I feel like I don't know that we want to do this war just so that he gains, one county here. I just don't feel like it's worth it. Why did he even declare that war? Does he have any other allies, or are we the only ones? He does have Athens. I don't know if she will join, but even with her, it's like another 1,000 men. I mean, yeah, this is very comparable numbers. We have to go across the sea. I mean, it's going to cost us lots of money. We're going to be paying for this troops the whole time. Yeah, we just aren't going to do this, man. Like, if he was being attacked and we had to defend him, I'd be all for it. But going all the way to Africa to win his war for him, yeah, I just don't think we're going to do that, guys. I don't think that makes any sense. She did join the conflict, so they'll have like 3,000 men. They just don't have any chance of winning unless he's engaged in another war, which he's not. So yeah, it's just really, really silly conflicts that the AI is engaging in. I don't know what's going on, but I didn't notice them doing that before. It seems like this is on a more recent patch that I've started to see this. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But we have another event associated with getting this character. Wow. So be able to make it even more likely we'll succeed. Though it's not really necessary to do any of this because we have such high rate here. But we could do it. Given the local bird trainer delivered as a gift. Of course, that gets us involved here. Oh no, this is the one with the gift. And then we gave him the involved, decreasing the secrecy, which we don't want to do. We don't want this to get discovered. Of course, doing it would get the success chance up, but again, not really necessary. We could do the local bird trainer delivered as a gift. 70% chance that he would accept it. I think that's more likely to be what we'd do. I don't think we get ourselves involved here. I think that'd be pretty foolish, and we're not exactly a foolish guy. What is this tree here? Oh, this is our overseer tree. So, yeah, I guess we'll do that. Why not? And if it succeeds, it succeeds. And that'll just make it, pretty much almost impossible to fail. 95% chance. It's about as high as it gets. Still is 14 months, though, so it's still going to take a while. So yeah, they'll march off here with their 3,000 men, and maybe they'll win. I highly doubt it, though. Yeah, I just don't think we should have gotten involved, and that's what we're doing. We're gonna stay our ass out of it. They actually have 5,000 men. They must have hired some mercenaries, and for whatever reason, he's now going across. Now, if he comes and attacks us, or even attacks our ally, we might in fact help out in that case. If I don't have to sail all the way across here and try and win a big war. If I can just like maybe sail over here and fight them in like mountains or something like that, hills. Yeah, these are mountains here. These are hills. In that case, we could deploy right here and then go across, and we'd have to wait 30 days. So it depends on how long it would take for him to siege. But yeah, if he goes here to Crete, maybe we'll help. In that case, if it can be something quick and I don't have to invest too much in it. An unworthy challenge. At first I thought the simple footman a fool for stepping onto the training field. However, the battle proved more hard-fought than I expected, and it gradually became clear that he'd be unable to stop his wild and vicious strikes from hurting me. Disarming him suddenly became a matter of life and death. I tried not to show my relief when his sword finally hit the ground. Alright, so this is a character who's got pretty good prowess. He's also an elusive shadow. He's brave, wrathful, and fickle. And so we can hire him, as, yeah, that prowess definitely would make sense to hire this guy. And he'd join our court, he'd become a knight, and he would like us more. We could say, this peasant and my soldiers will get a lecture on honor. We'd gain piety and prestige. We're going to say, strike him down where he stands, and we'll gain dread, and we'll kill him. Well, we wouldn't do that. As a gregarious character, yeah, we just definitely wouldn't do that. You know what, I think we'll probably do this one. We need more knights. I was just talking about that, so yeah, that'll be helpful. Yeah, we'll go and hire him, and then now we won't be as in a cruddy situation. We have 3 knights now, and only 3 that are below 10. So we still do need to hire knights. All right, so he is attacking there. Let's do this, guys. I'll see if I can get there in time. Let me just take a look at the actual siege here. See how long do we have? 8 months. I feel like that's plenty enough time. So let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, I'm willing to do that. And plus he's splitting his army up. We'll be attacking him in the mountains. Obviously he'll have the number advantage, but I don't think that'll be enough for him. So we'll go ahead and raise up our armies here. And I haven't been building these up. We really need to build these up more, guys. We can get them up a lot higher than what we have them. And we do have the money to afford it, so we really should be building those up more with the money that we're getting. But there's so much stuff to build, man. Money is like a serious issue for us. So yeah, we're going to raise him up there. Yeah, I guess our marshal would likely command. He's the best commander we have. All right, so we have 4 days to raise these up. And we were able to increase his opinion. Fantastic. That's going to help quite a bit because he's now going to give us the money and levies here. So that's nice. Not before we raised up our troops, though, of course. So that's unfortunate because yeah, we could have got a little bit more levies. But yeah, I don't think, yeah, it's not going to impact it now. All right, so let's go ahead and go across here. And just remember, we don't want to attack him immediately. Now, he will not have the recently disembarked penalty, unfortunately, when we attack here. This is the hills, so it doesn't really matter which way we attack. We're probably going to have to fight them both no matter what. Let's go and just land here for now, so they can't attack us while we have the recently disembarked. It'll be 49 gold to get our troops across. And looks like we increased his martial ability. He's now at 17. Not bad. Excellent. We have a really good group of leaders if we add enough armies to need multiple leaders. And it looks like we can now get the claim there. It's quite a bit of money, unfortunately. But yeah, we will have to do that. Of course, we won't be able to do this war now because we're distracted. And we're broke. And with that, we are also now going to be in the negative, so that's unfortunate. I think we will have to ask our head of faith for gold. I was going to wait to do that, but clearly we need it. So yeah, let's go and get a little bit of gold here. And commander was promoted. So this is our marshal. He's been shown off a promising new recruit, and that is this character here who's, yeah, just absolutely fantastic here. So yeah, I think we will want to recruit him because we can get that prowess, and we have a commander that, you know, not quite as good as the marshal, but definitely up there. Brilliant strategist. Some good traits here. Yeah, he is good. He's really, really good, guys. Yeah, not quite as good as him, but yeah, not bad at all. So yeah, let's recruit him. Now, we could have looked at what the other option was as well. And yes, we're gonna get this money. That's gonna help us out quite a bit because we were in the negative. We didn't want that penalty. So now we're gonna want to wait to attack until we get rid of this penalty here. But we're going to sit here. As soon as we lose the penalty here in 6 days, we'll attack. We could arrange it so that we attack, you know, right when the penalty is, you know, lost. But we'll wait, guys. And we're also able to improve his martial ability too. Excellent. All right, so we got rid of that. Let's go ahead and do the attack here. Obviously, we would win decisively against a smaller army, but you can expect that these 3,400 men, who I think aren't even sieging here, I think they're just here to avoid attrition, which is nice that the AI now does that. They split off, and then most importantly, they didn't run over here and siege this down, because then they wouldn't be able to support each other. They just stayed nearby, so that's a very good tactic, and one you don't typically see the AI do very often, not as often as they should. They don't split their forces up. Instead, they stack up a massive number of troops here and just take a bunch of attrition. So very, very nice. Overall, I found that the AI in this game is probably better than the AI in most Paradox games, which is notoriously terrible. So that's not saying much. The AI is still pretty cruddy in this game. But yeah, it's one of the better AIs that I've seen. I don't know if we'll win this because we're going to be vastly outnumbered. We'll be outnumbered by quite a bit. 2,000 men almost? Oh yeah, 2,000 men. So we're going to be quite outnumbered. Also fighting the hills, you know, our cavalry isn't going to do very well fighting there. Looks like we're being countered here by the heavy infantry that he has. Of course, we are not countering him. Now, we have more knights than he does. So there's that, but there are more knights here, so our knights will be outnumbered by 1 as well. Just looking at the traits, of course, we have the reckless here. We have the flexible leader, so enemy defensive advantage is reduced, so that doesn't help us at all because we're the one attacking him. We do have the advantage bonus. We might do just enough here before the other army gets here to get this win. I don't know. It's hard to say, guys. It looks like we're going to win it, but just barely. What is this? Constance likes us a bit more. All right, fantastic. That's our spouse that did that. There's a dangerous faction we have to be worried about here. Just take a look. I didn't know we had any faction issues. Okay, it's just these rebels. All right, that's not that big of a deal, guys. We'll deal with that when it happens. But yeah, it looks like we should win this battle. This should help quite a bit with the war score. And we're just kind of chasing them down. They have nowhere to go either. And we're able to capture the Sheik. All right. So that doesn't impact the war score at all, though. And we're just going to chase him down. Again, he doesn't have anywhere to go. I'm not entirely sure which way he's going, but I don't know if they can retreat to the sea. I don't think so. No, I think if they have land routes to go, they don't retreat by sea. So, yeah, we might be able to chase this guy down over here and attack him again. And that would also be in the hills, more than likely, unless he went to the mountains here. We'll have to see where he goes. But yeah, we'll keep following him. This victory did add 32% to the war score. We got fame. We also got devotion because of the fact that this is against the Muslims. So that's great. And let's take a look at the details, guys. I'm interested in seeing how our knights did. So yeah, 121 kills. Remember, this is not just the character that got those kills. This represents the knight and the retinue. So 121 kills for him and his men. Fantastic. This knight here with his great prowess, 93 kills. All right, just want to see how they did in overall, and then we want to see how they did in the events as well. So he was able to maim 2 characters here. Wow. He was able to kill this one. Our knight was wounded. A couple of our knights were wounded. And then, of course, we captured him as well. So we could ransom him. I think he's our only guy in the prison right now. Yep. So could go to ransom him for 50 gold. Is he any good? He's got a decent prowess, so we're probably going to want to wait to ransom him until after the conflict is over, so we don't have to fight him again later. So yeah, we should be able to win this war now because of that, and because, you know, these guys, of course, are conquering territory here, you know, unmolested, while their army is over here in Crete. So yeah, we actually will play a significant role in helping win this conflict. And I'm going to try and attack them again and see if we can't get that war score up a bit higher. But unfortunately, this is going to be the end of the episode, guys. Having a slightly shorter episode here because it is a Monday video. I'm recording these 2 videos back to back, and I have to get them both edited today as well. So yeah, I've got a long night ahead of me. I got to go to the gym too, and we also have to record another video. So we're going to record my wife and I are going to record some Vigor. So on the PS4 with that series that we're doing. So I got a really busy night ahead of me, so we do have to end the episode here, unfortunately. But I did want to have a Monday episode since we didn't have one on Saturday like we were supposed to. So remember, next episode will not be until Wednesday unless I don't start the Hoi 4 series on Tuesday like I plan to. If I don't start that till Wednesday because something happens or whatever, you know, again, that shouldn't be the case. But if I don't start the Hoi 4 series on Tuesday, then we will have a video on Tuesday. But again, don't expect that. It should be starting then. You know, if you like Hoi 4, then maybe go check out that series when the first episode goes up. And then this series would come back on Wednesday. And then from there on, we might be doing an every other day format. Again, I'll talk about that next episode based on how the views go for these 2 episodes here. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. I do hope to see you guys on the next episode, and thanks for watching.